The preloaded SCT X4 device should appeal to the 2015 and newer 2.7 EcoBoost owners out there who prefer the simplicity of a grab-and-go can tune to the more tailored custom tuning options out there, which, let's face it, can be a little bit more expensive and involve a little bit more legwork. Now, along with that, this would also be a great option for the owners who want to go with one of the most trusted names in aftermarket tuning. Of course, I'm talking about SCT here, to improve the all-around performance with your 2.7 while giving you some pretty cool gadgets to tinker around with. Price point's going to be right around $400 here for the device and the preloaded tunes, and the install will get a simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter from me when it does come time to talk about the installation. Now, the X4 is going to be the most popular device at the time of this video in the tuning category, and for good reason. It's going to balance some nice features with affordability, and all around, guys, it's going to pack features that most owners are after. They can certainly spend a little bit more. Check out the Livewire TS from SCT. It's going to give you just about every bell and whistle you could ever want out of a tuning device, along with a large full-color touchscreen LCD display. Or go to the other end of the spectrum and check out the Flash Cow from Superchips. It's going to be for the owners who simply just want the tunes and nothing more. The X4 here, on the other hand, it's going to be the best of both worlds. The middle of the road option, again, giving you some nice features, but also keeping things pretty affordable. And with this thing kind of being your middle of the road option in regards to devices and features and all that good stuff, you can expect that $400 price point to be your middle of the road price range as well. Again, you can certainly spend a lot more, and you can certainly spend a lot less. So now that you know a little bit more about who this thing might be for, let's get to some fun stuff and talk dyno numbers. Now, we already established our baseline run earlier today. We then filled the truck up with 93 octane, uploaded the corresponding tune, reran everything, and here are the results. So now that you've seen some dyno numbers, we've talked about some other features here, let's focus in on the X4 because in my opinion, again, it is the workhorse of the tuning community at this point because of its functionality, its ease of use, and of course, its pricing. Now, this thing will be packing some pretty cool features that should satisfy even the most tech-savvy truck enthusiasts. On the surface, you're looking at a device roughly the same size as most smartphones here today, with about a 3-inch full-color LCD screen. Now, just like your smartphones, you can display this thing in a portrait mode, which basically means it's going to be straight up and down like you see it now, or you can flip it on its side and display things in more of a horizontal or landscape mode. While I'm on the topic of displaying this thing, I do want to quickly point out that we do sell the optional windshield mount from SCT for the X4 device on the site. It's about $25, or you can do what I do, just simply use your cell phone holder or iPhone holder. It seems to work just fine for me if you want to display this thing at all times. Some owners out there might not want to do that. You simply just want to upload your tune, check the data log from time to time, and then just toss it in the glove box, and that's totally cool too. Ultimately, this is going to be your call. But diving a little deeper into what this little powerhouse is capable of, and I think my favorite feature with the X4 is the on-screen gauges and data logging. Now, this just basically allows you to keep an eye on your truck's vitals at all times while the truck is actually running and while this thing is plugged in. You can monitor things like your intake air temperature, your air-fuel ratio, coolant temperature, trans temperature, boost, things like that, and they all can be displayed on this device here, up to 8 at one time. In addition to those on-screen gauges and data logging and of course uploading your tunes, you can also do some other cool stuff here with the X4, including reading and clearing those diagnostic trouble codes, better known to you guys as those check engine lights. You can make changes to your idle speed, your rev limiters, your axle ratio, and your tire size. So if you do eventually upgrade to a bigger set of meats under your truck, you can make the necessary changes with the X4 to calibrate your speedometer. And if for whatever reason you wish to put your truck back to stock through the tune, you can do that of course here as well with the X4 with a simple push of a button. Other features do include built-in Wi-Fi here with the X4, which will allow you to update the firmware of the device wirelessly. And I know it's not the biggest deal here, guys, but that OBD2 cable, as you can see, is removable, just making storage in your center console or the glove box that much easier. And again, I know that doesn't sound like a huge deal, but as someone who has owned an X3 and then upgraded to an X4, I can tell you it does make a difference and it certainly makes storage of this thing in your truck a little bit easier. Now, one thing I do want to quickly point out here that I think will appeal to a lot of truck owners with the X4, and that is if you ever do want to make the switch to a custom tune, maybe add some more modifications, maybe the canned tunes just aren't getting you enough power with the new modifications. Most custom tuners out there will be able to utilize the SCT X4 as their main device to upload those custom tunes to your truck without having to go out and buy a completely new device. So something to keep in mind here, yes, you are getting some pretty potent canned tunes, but again, if you did want to upgrade and go down that custom tuning route, you can totally do so here with the X4. All right, now let's get into the installation a little bit more here, uploading your tune for the very first time. And yes, I know we already uploaded a tune for the purposes of our dyno run, but we're just gonna do it one more time just to kind of walk you through it and just basically show you how easy it is. On my overall scale of difficulty, I have this thing coming in at a 1 out of 3 wrenches. Again, very easy stuff. Anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes for the very first time, just getting this thing up and running right out of the box. But very straightforward, and the best part is you don't even have to get your hands dirty. Once you get the tuner set up and out of the box, you're gonna wanna plug it into your truck's OBD2 port located on the driver's side underneath the dash. Once this thing is plugged in, just wait for it to power on. At this point, you can navigate through the menus, of course, but if you want to upload your tune, go to the Program Vehicle tab and hit OK. At this point, it's going to prompt you to make some selections based on octane, of course, your rev limiter, things like that. So make your necessary selections and then hit Proceed. Now, once you hit Continue, go ahead and follow the on-screen instructions. It's simply just going to ask you guys to turn the key on and off a couple of times. Hit the OK button a few times, and really from there, the tuner is gonna be doing most of your work for you. It should take you a few minutes for the very first time, but once it reaches 100%, your installation is complete. Wrapping things up here, guys, the SCT X4 continues to be a top choice in the tuning category for the reasons we covered in this video. Very user-friendly, great functionality, all for about 400 bucks. Now sure, those custom tunes might get you a little bit more power at the end of the day, but the canned tunes from SCT will deliver improved performance for every octane level, and you can grab one for your truck right here at AmericanTrucks.com.